What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. I've got 5 more picks that I've already put down, and I'm going to take you through all of them today. If that sounds interesting, let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
So before we jump into today's picks, we do have to recap the last day as we always do. Shared 4 picks with you guys. We went 4-0. We swept, baby. That's 3 consecutive winning days. I know I spoke about how tough January is, and it probably still will be, but we're doing really well right now. And when those free picks on YouTube are hidden, you know that VIP is cashing. Check it out. VIP today, 34.56 units profit. And I've said this many times on my videos. A bad day could be 5, 6, 7, 10 units in the negative. But a great day, we're looking at 30 to 50 units profit. And we had a great day today. Let's talk about it. On the NFL, I did go 0-2, lost 2 units there. But on the NBA, 36 plus units. It's the type of day that we've been looking for. That takes us to 139 units profit on this NBA season. The new target of 200 units profit is definitely within reach. Now, what was different about today? Absolutely nothing. Had the same strategy, same staking method. We stayed disciplined. We just got to trust the process. Overall, 6-1 on all the straight bets. Grady Dick, that was the only loser of the day. And this is one that I put on late. As soon as Emmanuel quickly got ruled out, jumped straight on the Dick. Jumped straight onto Grady Dick's over 4.5 rebounds and assists. The hit rate without quickly was amazing. He only played 6 minutes in that second half, so it's an absolutely brutal hook. I thought it was a really good read, and I know you're guys are probably going to leave comments down below, but hey, you didn't say pause. No. I ain't going back. I'm not editing this out. But check out all of these winners. On the YouTube video, Cade Cunningham over 35 points and assists. I spoke about that matchup in the pick and roll, and he ate the Knicks alive. Saw some comments because he didn't start very well. Don't go off early. Like Cade, any of these players, let the game finish before you decide that it's a loser. Buddy Hield over 1.5 assists. I think he finishes with 3. Ja Morant over 21.5 points. That was sweat-free. Norm Powell over 21.5 points. It ended up being sweat-free, but that was extremely sweaty because that was the last leg on a parlay. But we'll get to that in a minute. I also bet on James Harden over 7.5 assists. That was easy money. Andrew Wiggins over 21.5 points and rebounds. Easy money as well. Cashed in almost all of our value plays today. Buddy Hield over 3 assists, plus 260. Ja Morant, plus 250. Cade Brunson, SGP, plus 230. We had a Ja Morant and Jalen Green, SGP, plus 275. Norm Powell and a Zubac SGP at plus 220. We hit 2 combos, parlays, call them whatever you want, value bombs. We made 14 units on one of them, 16 units on the other. Let me show you. So this is what I sent out to VIP today. 28 bets. 34 units profit, 196% on your return. This is the NBA season, almost a 14% return, 139 units. And these are not all my slips. A lot of people have sent me these, but this was just the parlay that we had of all of our value plays. We put 0.1 units. So for this particular bettor, same stakes as myself, $10 into $1,425. This is another example, $3 into $427. And this is the doubles combo. $150 into $1,795. Some people with bigger bankrolls put $240, $2,691. So thanks to all the guys for sending me this. But yeah, an excellent day. And I do have to be transparent with you. Not every day is like this. Every day we bet that way with hopes of achieving that. A lot of the times we hit 2 out of 3 value plays. And if we do, the doubles combo usually turns $75 into about $400 to $500. But we're chipping away. We're profitable. I don't know who's making as much profit as we are right now. And there's no guarantees. We're just sticking to the process, doing what we do every single day. If you're interested in checking out VIP, I've opened up another season pass because the last one sold out real quick. And use the code NORM to get 25% off the NBA season pass. Running with Norm because he had us sweating. He was the last leg. He had 7 points at halftime. We needed 25 points in order to cash. We were worried that there was going to be a blowout because, Ty Lue doesn't play the starters in the fourth. Thank goodness Norm was on there. Cashed at 25. I think he finished with 27 and got us all over the line. The link for that and the discount code are in the video description below. Feel free to check it out. Also, do you want to trial out VIP? got a different app to share with you guys, a new partner of mine, and it's Vivid Picks. So new giveaway, you'll get a 7-day free trial on VIP if you sign up with Vivid Picks. Use my codes below, deposit $5, send me an email with a screenshot of your account. And again, once we hit 50 referrals, I'll give away $100 to 3 different people. Be sure to use the code Daft. And if these aren't available in your area, just send me an email, daftpreviews@gmail.com. I'll see what I can do to take care of you. Now, in terms of the Parlay Play Dabble giveaway, I'll do that halfway through this video. I'll put a timestamp in it. So if you're really invested in that giveaway, you can jump straight to it. But enough of that. Let's get into these picks. Let's go. So we're jumping into Props Madness. This is the best tool you're going to find for NBA player props. I honestly don't use anything else anymore. Strictly Props Madness. It's got enough data in there. I'm absolutely loving it. Go ahead and check it out. 7-day free trial in the video description below. 25% off. Use the code DAFT when you happen to sign up. The first bet that we are looking through, though, is the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Indiana Pacers. Now, these guys just played each other 2 days ago. The Pacers got the upset win, to my surprise. But who are we looking at today? I think that's what you care about. We're betting on Evan Mobley today, and I do like his rebounds, over 8.5 boards. You can see this line is hit in 17 out of 27 games. So it's an excellent hit rate, averaging 9.1 rebounds over his last 27. He did just have 12 rebounds against the Indiana Pacers in that last game. Indiana as a team, they're a decent rebounding team, 14th in allowed, so they're pretty much middle of the pack. But why do I like Evan Mobley? So he got 12 rebounds in this particular game. Part of the reason as to why he rebounded so well, poor Jared Allen stuck on the perimeter defending Miles Turner. He defends Miles Turner 70% of the time. Evan Mobley is either defending Pascal Siakam, who's not stretching the floor, Thomas Bryant, who's capable, but very low volume, low usage. So Evan Mobley, Dean Wade, these are the guys who are going to get a lot of rebounds in this type of matchup. So I do like Evan Mobley in this one. He had 7 rebounds in the second half, which is pretty important because that's when the Cavs say, let's play ball. Dean Wade, on the other hand, he had like 9 or 10 rebounds in the first half alone, barely got any boards in the second. So I stayed away from Dean Wade for that very reason. Cavs going to come out here. I think they're going to show up, bounce back spot for them. They should beat the brakes off the Pacers today. They should defend a lot better. There should be more rebounds available for Evan Mobley. So I do like it. The fact that he got 12 in a game where they lost, I think there's a good opportunity here. Should see a ton of minutes. 2-day rest, form against the Pacers, great. Matchup makes total sense. Pascal Siakam doesn't want to shoot on Evan Mobley. So Evan Mobley, uncontested defensive rebounds. I think he can get at least 10 of those. I'm surprised that we have a line of 8.5. So I am taking that. The next play that I want to take you guys through, let me just scroll through this because I am not as prepared as I normally am. Had my first basketball game today. We won. I was terrible. What can you do? But we're looking at the Suns versus the Hawks. And these guys played each other not too long ago either. And what I'm betting on today is Onyeka Okongwu, and I'm betting on his assist prop. Check this out. Now, his line's at 1.5. He's hit this in 12 out of his last 27 games. He's hit this in 5 consecutive games, and he just had 6 assists in that last game against Phoenix. Now, I watched this game pretty closely, and I watched it because I was betting on Trae Young to go over his assist prop. For those of you guys who watch every single video, you'd remember that. Bet on Trae Young against Phoenix, he only had like 7 assists. That was the most frustrating game to watch when you're betting on Trae Young, because through 3/4 of that game, Onyeka Okongwu had more assists in that game than Trae Young did. So I did a little bit of a dive to figure out what the hell is happening when I was watching it. I was like, this is not the Atlanta Hawks I'm used to seeing. Trae Young's usage rate, relatively low. The Hawks clearly aren't going anywhere. So they're experimenting. What they're doing quite often in their offense is what a lot of teams have picked up. There's a whole lot of handoff action here. And Onyeka Okongwu is the handoff guy, just handing off everybody. That is the wrong action for a handoff. That is a hand job. My apologies. But Onyeka Okongwu handing off like mad fire. So 5 consecutive games. The other thing that correlates with this happening is the absence of Jalen Johnson. Since Jalen Johnson went out with his most recent injury, Onyeka Okongwu been handing off like a madman. These are his games without Jalen Johnson this season. The last 4 are the ones in this year. This is the most recent stretch without Jalen Johnson. He's over in all 4 games. Absolutely loving it. What's he averaging? 3.3 assists in those 4 games. I love that he can cover 2 here. The odds for it are pretty decent, and it's a whole lot of handoff action. Now, one thing I did look at with Onyeka Okongwu are these potentials. Because I was thinking to myself, did his potential assist volume increase or something like that? Well, no. Because if you looked at this, and some games he has 2 potentials, 3, whatever. I looked at all the games without Jalen Johnson. Onyeka Okongwu averages 2.6 potential assists without Jalen Johnson, but he averages 3.3 assists per game. Now, when you get to understand the terminology and the definition of what these things mean, it actually can open up your eyes to a few things. So hopefully you guys are taking notes on this. Check this out. A potential assist is where a player catches the ball and within, I think it's one dribble or less, they attempt a shot. That's where you see a potential assist. Like that's the definition. But oftentimes players can take 2, 3, 4, 5 step back dribbles, whatever it is, pump fakes, and the player who passed on the ball will still get credited with the assist. I said it in the last video when I spoke about Buddy Hield. Assists, easy to get these days. And on Onyeka Okongwu with these handoffs, it's often a handoff to Trae Young, 3 dribbles, floater. Handoff to Bogdanovic, 1 dribble, jump shot, which is actually a potential assist. DeAndre Hunter, very much the same. He can definitely pick these up. I did a dive into these last 4 games without Jalen Johnson's to see his true potential assists, meaning how many times does he pass a ball to someone who eventually takes a shot. And I looked at it, and over the last 4 games, he's averaging, there's 8 attempts per game after Onyeka Okongwu passes on the ball, which is what I would call a potential assist. The definition they have right now is stupid, but the way that I'm viewing this, there's going to be 6 to 8 potential opportunities for Onyeka Okongwu to get an assist in this game through the volume of handoffs that they're running through Okongwu without Jalen Johnson. All we need is for 2 of these guys to make a bucket. Whether it's, I had a look, favorite targets, Trae Young, Hunter, Dyson Daniels, and Bogdanovic. Those are his favorite targets in the handoff action. If Trae Young can get the handoff, and if he's aggressive, popping those floaters over the top, we know Miles Plumlee ain't going to block anything. Phoenix, a little bit weak down low. Onyeka Okongwu is going to catch these 2 assists. So I apologize for the lengthy explanation, but I did the dive, sharing you the reasons why, because not many people in their right mind would bet on Onyeka Okongwu assists. I can guarantee you, if anyone's looked at his assists, they would look at his potential assists and be like, oh, this is crazy. Like, he's not even getting the potential assists. Why would you bet this? Well, your boy's on a bit of a dive. So I'm running with Onyeka today. It's only 2 assists. It's probably going to be sweaty, or it's going to be sweat-free. He had like 4 assists in the first quarter of the last game against the Phoenix Suns. So we'll see how we go. Onyeka Okongwu, I do like he's over 1.5 assists. The next bet I have for you guys is in the Pelicans versus the Bulls. You know what I'm like. When the Bulls are playing, I've got to take advantage of that matchup. This Pelicans team starting to come back to life. Zion's back, Trey Murphy's back, CJ and DeJounte all in the lineup. They're really just missing Brandon Ingram. So who am I betting on today? Well, I'm betting on DeJounte Murray. And for DeJounte Murray, I'm betting his points plus his rebounds. He's hit this line in 13 out of his last 23 games. He's averaging 23.2 points and rebounds per game. Now, there was a long stretch in this season when he was shooting absolutely awful. I can use these filters here to show you. If I just look at field goal percentage, this stretch here, November, December, DeJounte Murray shooting 29% a lot of these games, 13% in one of them, 30%, 42%. So his percentages have been ass. And then 2025 rolls around and suddenly he starts improving 60%, 57%, 41%, 42% against Boston. So we're seeing an improvement in his percentages here. And I had a look, and it was actually the game. DeJounte Murray, I think he injured his elbow in this game against the Washington Wizards. I believe it was towards the end of this game. After that game, for the following 4 games, DeJounte Murray's been on the injury report, questionable with a sore elbow. Ever since this guy hurt his elbow, he's been shooting like a psychopath. He's just getting buckets. Now, the other misconception about DeJounte Murray, a lot of people view him as a pass first point guard. He absolutely is not. If you have a look at it and how he plays, he's always looking for his own shot, a mid-range, a pull-up, and he's up against the Bulls today. They have awful defense in that pick and roll. In that pick and roll, he's going to have all the mid-range jump shots that he wants. Vucevic going to play in drop coverage. DeJounte Murray, not afraid to take those shots, and I think we see some volume here. The other thing, Zion's been back for 2 games now. And since Zion's been back, DeJounte Murray shooting more than he was before. He's taking more shots. So Zion alleviating some pressure. DeJounte having the opportunity to really play one-on-one here. Zion driving, opening it up for others. DeJounte Murray's just getting buckets. So if we just look at his games with Zion Williamson, there's not that many. There's only 2. But he had 31 and 35 points and rebounds, 20 and 19 shot attempts in those games. And if you have a look at his assists in these games, only 6 and 8, didn't have very high assist numbers. His potential assist volume is there. His usage rate is just sky high. And when he's scoring, it actually opens up the assist for him. But DeJounte Murray does look to score first. I'm telling you that. So I do like his points. I also like his rebounds over here. Rebounded very well against Boston, up against the Bulls, give up a ton of rebounds, play with a lot of pace. They take a lot of 3-point shots. So there's a lot of long rebounds for someone like a DeJounte Murray. What also supports this is he did play them at the start of the year. 24th of October is a long time ago, but he had 8 rebounds in only 30 minutes in that game. He scored 14 points. It was 4 from 15. So a 27% shooting night. This is the start of the season. DeJounte Murray was ass. Much better now. taking more volume, playing more minutes. So I do like his over in his points and rebounds. In this game, he did have 10 assists though. So I did consider just looking at his PRA as a whole. I don't know why I didn't. I just went with his points and rebounds. The assists looks good to me. I think probably what scared me off around the assists is just the recent form. Yeah, I think that's what scared me off. But I honestly think DeJounte Murray has a big game today. If it seems too complicated, just take his points because I think he's going to take shots here. DeJounte Murray, I do like his over. Pumping the brakes real quick to ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment down below. Do it all for the algorithm. The more comments we get, the longer you watch the video, the further this gets pushed out to more people. So help your boy grow this channel. We're growing quick. We should have 24,000 by the time you're watching this. Next stop, 25,000 subscribers. So let's go. I also wanted to pause this to do that giveaway. If you did sign up with Parlay Play, Dabble, and email me in the last couple of weeks, you're in this draw. Let me share my screen and let's get to it. All right, we've got the backing tracks. Get ourselves in the mood here, lads. We're going to go one by one. Are we ready? Good luck if you're in the draw. 24, my lord. That's the number of subscribers we're looking for. 24,000. Mamba, rest in peace. What else we got? 36. 36 does not ring a bell for anything, but congratulations on number 36. And our last winner is 34, the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Congratulations, 24, 36, 34. I'll be reaching out to you guys and I'll send you guys $100. All right, I've got 2 more picks to get to. Let's go. All right, so my final 2 picks are in the Denver Nuggets versus Dallas Mavericks game. I've got 2 picks which they happened in the last game. These guys just played each other recently, and I think it's going to happen again. I've done a bit of a dive to figure out why it's happening, and I don't think either defense is going to do anything to stop it. So the very first one we're looking at is Russell Westbrook, and I'm taking Westbrook over 13.5 points today. He's hit this in 13 out of his last 27 games, averaging 14 points per game. Using Props Madness, I want to filter out to all the players I expect to play. Looking at the injury report, it looks like all of these main guys are going to play, despite them being game time decisions. If any of them sit, I can only assume it's going to help Westbrook anyway. So looking at his numbers with all of the star players, what we can see here is in the last 4 games, Westbrook's been an absolute beast, 19, 21, 17, and then 21 points more recently against the Dallas Mavericks. What's changed in this period? Westbrook's now starting in the starting lineup, and he's being an absolute beast. His volume is fantastic, 12, 14, 12, 17 shots, taking a ton of volume here, Russell Westbrook. Watching back every single shot that he's taken over those last 4 games, it's safe to say, Westbrook, there's no head noise, there's no hesitation, there's no negative media about him. The LeBron James experience is over in a team with Nikola Jokic, and he's absolute thriving. I absolutely love what I'm seeing from Westbrook. One of my favorite type of players. It's weird. He's one of my favorite players, but I don't like the way he plays. I think he's one of my favorite people, you could say, but I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from him. I'm really happy for him. Happy that the Nuggets are playing well and Westbrook's getting his flowers. But anyway, enough about that. Westbrook, why do I like his over? So basically, he's got this great combination with Nikola Jokic at the moment. The Dallas Mavericks, very concerned with any time Nikola Jokic gets the ball. Anytime Nikola Jokic gets the ball, they're sending doubles, which is why Nikola Jokic only scored 19 points. It worked for the first half, and then the second half, there was a bit of a collapse there. But that's more Dallas's offense, if anything. They still managed to hold the Nuggets to a pretty low-scoring total. They're doubling Nikola Jokic. They're standing off Russell Westbrook. So firstly, key defenders. Who's going to be defending Russell Westbrook? You're going to see Klay Thompson. You're going to see Spencer Dinwiddie. And in pick-and-roll situations, it'll be Derek Lively. Klay Thompson and Spencer Dinwiddie, they're going to play Russell Westbrook the same way that they have been. They're going to give him a lot of space. Westbrook's going to attack them. He's going to go downhill. Yes, he's going to miss some layups, but he's going to take a lot of them, which is great. So he's getting out in transition. Although the Dallas Mavericks are a good transition team, one thing I've really noticed with Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic is when Westbrook is on this break, Nikola Jokic is getting his ass up the court as well, but he's getting up the court and he's not even looking for the ball. So Nikola Jokic will run up the court, and in a way, he's setting a screen right in the middle of the paint so Westbrook can just get straight to the rim whenever he wants. It happened like 3 or 4 times in that last game. It's actually brilliant coaching, whoever came up with it. But that's an easy way Westbrook's going to get some points. He can get it in transition. The other way that he's going to get it, Nikola Jokic, double team in the post. Because the Dallas Mavericks are giving Westbrook so much space, they turn their head to look at Nikola Jokic, Westbrook is diving to the rim. He scored 4 or 5 points just from doing that exact same thing. And in mismatches, when Derek Lively switches onto him, Westbrook's smart enough to give it to Jokic in the post with a mismatch of his own. Derek Lively will panic. He'll double nickel Jokic, and then Westbrook will be diving once again. So 13.5 points for someone who's going to play a stack of minutes. He'll play at least 30 minutes in this game. If he takes at least 12 shots in this, I'd say it's a great bet here because the volume's strong. He's got no hesitation shooting three-pointers. He's still awful from the free throw line, believe it or not, and he's been covering this line amazingly well. So I am liking what I'm seeing from Russell Westbrook. And I don't think the Dallas Mavericks change it. They played good defense against the Denver Nuggets for the majority of that last game. They really need to improve on the offensive side of the ball. Now, the other thing that I'm looking at in terms of their offense, I'm looking at Derek Lively. One thing that might help them, Kyrie Irving's a game-time decision, although he is questionable, so we'll see whether he plays or not. I had some hesitations around this bet and how Kyrie Irving's going to impact it, but I took it anyway. So Derek Lively, I'm looking at over 2.5 assists for him. He had a season-high 8 assists against the Denver Nuggets in this most recent game, which is absolutely wild, right? I know Derek Lively can pop off for 3, 4, 5 assists sometimes, but to get 8 is just crazy. So me being a psychopath, I went back, looked at all the film to figure out what the hell is happening here. And I already had an idea in my mind, and what I thought about actually rang true. So it's verified with the video. Basically, what's happening here with Derek Lively, the Dallas Mavericks have no offense in their perimeter. They don't have strong pick and roll players, no Luka Doncic to create for everybody else. So they're playing the same offense that Atlanta is doing, that the Sacramento Kings are doing. They're passing it to Derek Lively, and he is handing it off to everybody. I'm doing this again, but Derek Lively is handing it off. I think 6 of these 8 assists that he had against the Denver Nuggets was in handoff situations. Klay Thompson shooting, Dinwiddie floaters in the lane, PJ Washington floaters in the lane, just a whole lot of handoff action. What you'll also see is Derek Lively, whenever he gets an offensive rebound, he doesn't even look at the ring. He just looks to kick it out to cutters, or he looks to kick it out to shooters. He's getting rid of that thing. He doesn't want it. He had 8 assists in that last game from only 6 potential assists. But remember that explanation I gave you about handoffs. Like, this Denver Nuggets team, as good as they are playing, they are not great defensively. They still allow the most assists in the league. They still fall asleep off the ball. So PJ Washington cutting, Spencer Dinwiddie wide open from deep. Like, all of these guys are going to have good looks because they're going to look at Derek Lively. They're going to fall asleep. They'll probably just lock in the fourth quarter as they normally do. Westbrook's a ball watcher. As much as I love him, he'll fall asleep on the defensive end. He'll double team when he doesn't need to. Derek Lively should be able to get these 2.5 assists. Now, I looked at it and I thought, if Kyrie Irving is back in this lineup, then maybe they don't need to run this type of action too often. Kyrie Irving can score in the pick and roll. He can play in transition. He can do a lot of things that don't require so many handoffs. What gave me a little bit of confidence was looking at the games for Derek Lively without Luka Doncic, but with Kyrie Irving in the lineup. And what I found was this. He's still over in 5 out of the 8 games this season, 3.3 assists per game. Yes, he had 0 assists against the Denver Nuggets last time. He only played 20 minutes in that last game, though, with Kyrie and without Luka. But if we just look at that most recent game against Denver, Derek Lively played 27 minutes in this game, much more effective in these handoff situations, a much more active defender than a Daniel Gafford. I do like this matchup more for Lively than I do for Gafford. And I think he can get 2.5 assists. Like, he just needs to be on there long enough, do enough handoffs, and he can walk into these 3 assists. What this is reliant on, we need Klay Thompson to have a decent shooting night. We need PJ Washington to make some buckets. If Kyrie Irving's on there, we need him not to dribble so much after this handoff and get these buckets. But at 2.5, it's such a low line. They run handoffs so frequently. I think Derek Lively can cover it. So that's the last pick that I've got for you guys. Now, I've got no dive today. There's no leans that I want to take you through, partly being it is extremely late. I got home from work, took care of the kids, put them to bed. Then I had a basketball game, so I've been away for a lot longer. I got home at about 10 o'clock, which gave me an hour to do some research. Then I have to record this, edit it. I'm not getting to bed till like 1 or 2 a.m. So no deep dive. Going to cut this short. Just give you the best bets. Everything should resume to normal tomorrow, hopefully. But hopefully you're still finding some value in the picks that I'm giving you. We are on a winning run at the moment, so hopefully we can continue that. There are no guarantees. All we can do is make the best bets we possibly can. We live with the result. We reflect on the outcome, and we determine whether we made good decisions or not. That's all it is. You got to stay disciplined, emotionally in check, and celebrate the wins when they come, because there are losses always just around the corner. But I do appreciate you guys for checking in. I hope you found some value in the video today. If you did, smash that like button. Let me know. Smash that comment section below. And if you want to try out VIP, give vivid picks a sus. But if you do want to sign up and you're going to bet on the NBA every single day the way that I am, and you're very serious about making profit and learning skills and strategies, then that season pass is what you need to check out. Use the code NORM. Take advantage of that discount. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.